Hi everyone, Paul and welcome to the Inbox Review. Today we're going to have a look at the brand new Mercedes AMG Leon. Absolutely lovely looking kit, but waiting for this one for a while, and they literally turned up at UMP headquarters about half an hour ago or so. So absolutely looking forward to looking at this one, and we've got them in stock at UMP. So if you want to head over there now, we've not got a massive amount of them, but we've got them in stock. So hopefully by the time this review's up, they'll be on the site. You can go and have a look. If not, I'll add the link back in the description as soon as they are. Now, the original kit came out, must be coming up 2 years ago now. It's a lovely kit. I'll build two of them. Not done the box art one yet, but I will do at some point. When I saw this one coming out, I thought that looks nice, and it's a nice scheme as well. So like I said, good to see that Cartograph logo on the box for sure. Knowing that you're going to get a good set of decals in there, because this is quite a comprehensive decal scheme. Looks to share 95% of the same part of the GT3 kit. The only difference I can see, other than the decal scheme, is it's got different wheels in it. Other than that, it looks all to share the same sprues, although some of them are molded in black for this kit, as Tamiya does. And if it builds like the other ones, which it will, it's the same kit, it's going to be a fantastic kit. So there we go. Like I said as well, this is going to be, one of these will be the subject of my next video build after the Aston. Still waiting on SK decals. I believe they're coming out soon, next week apparently. So we'll move on after the Aston's done and move over to that. Now, on the fence whether to do that scheme or stick with the Haribo. I kind of really want to do the Haribo scheme, to be honest. That's one everybody voted on. Maybe we can come back and do this out of the box at some point later down the line and have a look at it. So yeah, I'm thinking to stick with the Haribo scheme still. And we'll use whichever kit is the closest match for the rims. I think it's the GT3 on that one, to be honest. But yeah, there we go. Let's head down to the bench, let's have a look in the box, and let's see what we got. Okay, here we go. It's the brand new Tamiya Mercedes Leon AMG Super GT car. Absolutely beautiful box art. Decal scheme on this is a lot more comprehensive than the original one, which we'll look very quickly at in a second. Yeah, it's a bit more daunting, I'll give it that, but it's nice to see that logo on the box, the Cartograph logo. Excellent decals, shouldn't really give any problems at all, and it's really good to see that, because the original boxing with Tamiya decals, not Cartograph. So great view of the car on the front. We've got some side logos on the side profiles there as well, front and rear. Very cool as well. Got the licensed by Daimler holographic badge and the Super GT Series approved badge as well, which is very, very cool. On the other side, we've got an overhead view as well, so you can see that decal scheme on the bonnet, and a little bit of information about the car. If you want to read that, you can pause it, have a little read. And then underneath that, some colour call outs. It's calling out for TS14 or the lacquer paint 1, TS79 or LP24, which is semi-gloss clear, the first one's black, TS29 semi-gloss black or LP5, and X24 or LP69. So there you go. It's brand spanking new kit, and it literally arrived on my doorstep about half an hour ago. So there we go. So that's that one. The original boxing is this, the GT3 car, in that grey scheme with the yellow stripes. Very nice. No Cartograph decals on this one, and it's the exact same kit bar the wheels. That's the only difference in this kit I can see. Wheels and the decals, obviously. I've been for every sprue. They are all identical. Literally the sprue with the wheels added is different. Still a great looking car. I'm yet to build this one out of the box. I built it twice already in 2 different schemes. And we are planning to build one of these as our next video build after the DBS is done. Whether I'll do this boxing, I don't know, or stick with the planned Haribo scheme, we will see. Let's have a quick look in the box. So we've got our instructions on top, our decals, and a few bits and bobs. So let's just move all this out of the way, and we'll have a little look at what we've got. So we'll start off the body shell. I'm going to zoom in a touch. Tamiya staples drive me nuts, as you all know. So the body shell, the same body shell as the other car, but it's moulded in black plastic. Now, seam lines, what have we got? What have we got? There's a seam line across the front, just there, as you can see. We've got one running just down the back here. It's going to run up there as well, down the A-pillar, and then it's reappearing just above the crease line on the door. So not a massive amount of cleanup needed. The biggest cleanup on this kit is these two rear vents. I don't know why Tamiya's designed it like this. It's a bit of a strange one. But you glue these in place and they need filling. They're smooth on the real car and they're a bit of a pain to fill. They're in an awkward position. That's the only troublesome part about this car. But the body shell is nice. It's crisp. There's no problems with that at all, like you'd expect from a new Tamiya kit. No issues whatsoever there at all. It just needs a bit of a clean up and you're good to go. You've got the front and rear bumper, I believe, to stick on there, which we'll have a look in here now. So they need gluing in place, so a bit of careful gluing. We'll see no problem there at all. And there's the front and rear bumpers there, as you can see. So that is the rear, that is the front. So no problems there. They slot straight on, bit of careful gluing. You won't even know they are there. You've got the intake for the sides there as well. Again, careful gluing is the key, because the more careful you are with the glue, the less clean up you're left with. Roll cages are there from grill. There's various other parts all need gluing on all over the body. There's quite a bit to glue in place, but literally it's only those two vents that again need filling, ideally, and then just some care. And these are the vents in question. You can see these two, they're the ones. So they glue into position on that rear wing, and then you need to fill in where they go. But no problems on this at all. Lovely, very crisp, minimal seam lines on everything to remove, but no problems there whatsoever at all. I built the kit, it falls together, it's a beautiful kit to build, and you've got no dramas there at all. Like I say, lots of little parts to glue in place on the body. We've got black plastic on a black cut mount, unfortunately, but you can see the parts there, and there's no issues there at all. Next up, we've got the, let's have a look, we've got the interior tub. This one's moulded in grey, so it's the exact same sprue as the other kit. And again, detail's nice. The detail on the tub is good inside, nice and crisp. Shows some buttons, some other detail work. Very, very nice. It's a very simplistic seat on this car, as you can see. Still looks good though. Part of the running gear. We've got the centre caps for the wheels there as well. The antenna. Part of the front grille assembly. I think that's where you mount the mesh for the grills. Door cards, again, very nicely moulded. Some nice detail on those too. Brake discs, cross grooved, very, very nice. Again, once you've painted those up, I think the carbon on this, put a wash in there and they'll bring the detail out well. We've got the hubs, exhaust to there as well, foot pedals, drive shafts, steering rack, radiator, extinguisher, so on and so forth. So yeah, very nice parts again. No issues there at all crisply done. No flash, no excess plastic, no short molds, just typical Tamiya quality. Very, very nice. Absolutely superb. It's a great kit to build out the box. There are a lot of decal schemes out there for it already. Plenty of them. Have a look at SK decals. Frankie's got a load of them for this. Decal casts have got a load. There's plenty out there already. Now, we've got the floor pan to the chassis. Front splitter, the rear wing, the scuttle panel for the window, dashboard, our headlights, spoiler mount, suspension, the steering wheel, steering column, window wipers, and we've got our rims. And like I say, these are different to the other kit rims. These are separate spoked, the other ones are a bit tighter. It's not a huge difference in them, but it's enough to notice. And for me, this sprue here, sprue F, is the only part that was any different to anything else. And they are nice wheels as well. They're going to look really good. I think they're black. Just double check it. They are black. So it's an all black car with black rims. It's going to look pretty menacing. It's going to look very, very cool. So it's going to be finished, well, it's supposed to be finished in a semi-gloss colour as well, but that's up to you. If you want to finish it in high gloss, go for it. It's your choice at the end of the day. I'd rather do it in high gloss because I like that look, but it might be worth me doing my first semi-gloss finish. So we've got chrome parts. Now, Modern day Tamiya kits, the chrome is superb. Even on the likes of that DBS, which is like nearly 10 years old, the chrome is fantastic. I hate Tamiya bags and staples, I really do. So these chrome parts are absolutely lovely. It's not overdone. It's not awful plated chrome, doesn't look bad. It looks really good. Now, Sheehan has got the same grille as the other one. So it calls for the chrome front pieces and everything else to be black. Now, the best way I found to do these was to spray all the grille in like UMP black primer, let it dry, then get a cotton bud Q-tip, put it in some UMP thinner and just rub it over the raised areas, and it brings all the shine back, leaving the background black. That's how I did the last one. The headlights are good, chrome's good, mirror inserts, very, very nice. And yeah, you don't need to touch that chrome, you can leave that be. That's very, very high quality chrome. And it's good to see nowadays. You don't need to bother stripping that. You can if you want to spray it by all means, but you really don't need to. Clear parts. So, nice simple clear parts. You've got your headlights, rear lights, windscreen, side windows, and the clarity of the glass is just ultra clear and perfect. You can have no issues there at all. And there is a mask set with this kit, which we'll get to in a minute. Absolutely superb. Crystal clear plastic. And what I like about these ones, nice locator points to glue them in place on the body, which is something you don't always get with the car kits. You got to be quite careful near the edge where you glue them, because I see I glue these in. With this, nice points to glue it. You're nowhere near the clear parts that you'll see. And it looks great, so no problems there at all. Headlights are lovely. Got some sprue cleanup points here and there. We're careful cutting and sanding. You'll be just fine. You need to watch these backlights because they are split at the end. Just bear that in mind, they do close together. Make sure you don't snap them as you're taking them off. But yeah, no problems there with the clear parts whatsoever. And as always, I'm going to pop them back in the bag. Probably the wrong bag, but they're going in. And I really do hate Tamiya staples so much. So much. You've got tyres. And poly caps. Let's have a little look. Like I say, this is for sale on our website. We've got 5 of them left in stock, so as soon as they're up, which will hopefully be today, make sure you grab your one because they won't be there long. So completely slick tyres, no markers on them whatsoever. They'll be in a decal sheet scheme. And yeah, rears and fronts. There's a seam down the centre, which is easily dealt with a sander. No problem at all. So they're pretty simple. And your poly caps as well for mounting your wheels into those hubs. So again, no problems there. Pretty standard Tamiya. No problems whatsoever. Now, let's have a little look what we get in the box information-wise. Well, something new I've not seen yet. Tamiya tech tips. So cutting off parts, removing excess plastic, using different types of cement, tools required, test fitting, removing metal plating, using different types of paint, and using spray paint. So yeah, handy little thing if you're not used to doing these parts. It's a quick introduction of gluing and what have you. And you know, somebody picks his kit up for the first time, gotta give them a good few little pointers on what to do. You got your standard Tamiya bump in there as well, which doesn't mean anything. Our decals are in there, which we'll have a very quick look at. It's a big decal sheet. So in here we've got the decals, the standard Tamiya black mesh, all the metal stickers there. They are stickers. So your mirror inserts and Mercedes logos, so on and so forth. We've got our mask set as well, which is cut, which is always good to see on the cars. And we've got our Bridgestone tyre markings and Potenza as well. So 2 different tyre markings there, which is good to see on Tamiya's typical wet rub reverse decal things. These you've got to take your time with, you really have. Once you get used to putting them on, they're not too bad to do, but they can be tricky, so take your time. And just when you think it's stuck to the tyre, you pull the backing paper off, it removes half of your letter A or brings half the decal off. So just really take your time with them. I do have a guide on there. I think it's in the Subaru build. I showed them being put on, so go and have a look at that. You can see it. Now the decal sheet, like I say, it's a pretty big decal sheet, as you can see. We're going to zoom in a touch for this. And it's very, very nice. So you got all your bonnet ones there. They're all separately made, so they should just fit in to where they're needed and around any important part. So these should be pretty simple to go on. We've got these ones that go with the rear wheel arches, which are going to be a little bit more tricky, but shouldn't really give you any issues at all. Front splitter, carbon, which is nice. Rear spoiler, carbon again, which is very nice. And we've got belts in there. There's more carbon for the back, which is good to see. We've got the carbon sides for the spoiler. They must be there. Yeah, they've got to be. There they are. So, being blind. So they're there. Like I say, you got your seat belts, instruments, which is nice to see as well. Pop that on, chuck some UMP decal solution on there, and it will be set for life. And that's a really nice decal scheme. All the decals are lovely and registered. Colours are vibrant. They're not too thick at all. The carrier film looks almost matte, which is pretty cool. So obviously if you're putting a semi-matte finish on this, that's going to help immensely. But that's a very, very nice decal scheme. It's a big old sheet. It's going to keep you busy for a while. And with this being a black car with carrier film, make sure you set these down properly. Get all the water out from underneath, or micro set, whatever you're using. Make sure they are well and truly set, or you will get silvering when you put your clear coat down on there. But very, very nice decals. Well impressed with those, and they can go straight back in their bag too. If this is the right bag. This is the thing, is you take all your kit out, you put it on the bench, and you're trying to put it back in, and end up putting everything in the wrong bag. But I always put the decals and the glass back in. Everything else stays on a pile over here. So there we go, there's the Mercedes. That's all the parts gone through in the decals. All we're left with now is a bit of information about the car. So there you go. Again, if you want to read it, pause it and have a little read. I'm not reading all that, because there's quite a bit to get through. So yeah, you got information on the car there again, which is nice to get. And then we've got our instruction sheet, and I've got sprues in the way everywhere. Let's sort that out. There we go. So sprues, not sprues, instructions. So on the front we've got the paints required. Again, if you want to have a look at that, I'll hold it up for you. Helps if we show the paints. There we go, all the paints required. Nice to see the lacquer paint's getting a call out in there too. First page, you've got masking, stickers, how to apply the metal transfers we showed you earlier. And then we're straight into, on the chassis, it's shown about spraying the TS14 and TS79. Body coats achieved by painting a coat of TS14, then a top coat of semi-gloss clear. Okay, no problem at all. So, are we doing that before we decal or after? I would have thought after. We'll have to look at that. Start with the braking system, front suspension, hubs, the top mounting for the suspension on this. No engine detail in this. I know a lot of people are going to complain about that. Doesn't really bother me as much. I know a lot of people do like doing the engines, and they are fun. But for me, it's the kit itself I like. So, yeah, I'm not all that bothered. Tamiya puts engines in some of their kits. If it's not in there, it's not the end of the world. It's a fantastic kit. Onto the rear suspension, we've got the interior tub, roll cage being assembled, onto the dashboard, door cards, getting the tub inside. Now, you can follow these steps if you like. I tend to skip to the body and get all the body work done. While the body's decaled and cleared, then I'll move back to the running gear. And that's how I do it. While that's all drying, you can work on the other bits, and it works well. You save time. Because otherwise you get all the body work done, that could take you a week to do, maybe even longer. Then you got the body work, the running gear, and then you come to the body work, and that could take you another week. So you're 2 weeks in, whereas you work on the body work first, and then the running gear second. You can do it all together in a week and work, but step by step while you're waiting for paint to dry. So let's have a look what we've got here. So we've got the front and rear bumpers going on. We've got the insert for the scoop at the front, intakes for the sides at the back. We've then got more intakes at the front. There's some carbon decals in here as well, so pay attention to that later on. There's awkward little vents at the back too that will need filling. So, well worth making a note of all these parts. Put a circle around them so you know which ones need gluing in place. We've got some blanks on the bonnet there as well. This is the grille going in place. Masking off your interior for your windscreens. Got the windscreens going in place. As you can see, those tabs locate into little selector parts on the inside They're there, if you can see them. There you go, which is absolutely superb. I really do like that touch on the newer kits. It's very cool. On the rear bumper, there's a couple of parts to glue in place as well. Circle these, make a note of the party, don't forget anything, because you don't want to take this to paint, get it all perfect, and realise you haven't glued something in place that still needs spraying. Headlights going in place, the exhaust, the radiator, getting the rear lights assembled. If I remember right yet, they just click in place. Bit of care, they click straight in place. Headlights, and remember again, they click straight in place as well. More parts, body parts, and gluing in place there as well. So again, if you notice, we've skipped on a page, and it's time to add more body parts that need spraying in the body colour. So pay attention to that, and make sure you're looking at it and make sure everything is the same colour. They are semi-gloss black, so maybe they don't need going in place to glue it, but this is what I mean. Just go forward in instructions, plan ahead, and make sure you pick out parts and spraying or clear coating, so you're not messing around later on trying to add parts that are already done. Wheels, no problems there at all. They're literally black with 3 decals around each side. Are they semi-gloss? No, they are high gloss, so they're gloss black. Very nice. You've got tyre markings there as well. There should be a little guide in here somewhere on how to do them. The centre locks for the wheels, getting the chassis on the body, getting the rest of the filler cap in, wing mirrors, mounting the spoiler. Again, you have to come forward to do the spoiler and spray that at the same time as the body. So again, go through the instructions and make sure you pick out parts. Again, semi-gloss black parts. It's worth paying attention to this. Now I've got our decal call out. As you can see, we've got both side views, which is always good. I hate it when you just get one side view and you've got to try and guess the mirror, because sometimes they're not exactly mirrored. So always good to see. As you can see, it is quite a complex scheme. Some of these are going to be a little bit tricky to get in place, so it's well worth taking your time on these. And then on the back page, we have a front and rear view. So we've got applying the decals, painting it. Let's have a look. Okay, didn't really mention anything in there, but okay. I'm trying to have a look for the. Yeah, it doesn't give you the decals for the tyres on how to do. There's normally a little guide in here that tells you how to do them. But if you go look at my Subaru build, you will see it in there. Yeah, a bit disappointed not put that in there, because they are quite tricky to do if you've never done them before. But if you go to my Subaru build, have a look through the build on that to show you how to put those tyre decals on. They are a little bit awkward, but they are pretty simple once you get used to them. And there we go. So there you go. As you can see, another top quality kit from Tamiya. Like I say, 95% of the sprues, probably 99%, are identical to the GT3 kit. Literally the rims are different, but a completely different paint scheme, decal scheme. I think it's a nice looking car than the original grey version personally, but I will build both out the box eventually, so best of both worlds really. Like I say, really good to see as well those cartograph decals in there. It's almost a relief to see the name on the box. Tamiya decals can be hit and miss sometimes. I know a lot of people have said they've had no issues with the other ones, but it's always good to see that cartograph logo, and it's a selling point for me as well. Like I say, we've got some of these in stock at Ultimate Retail. So have a look in the description down below. When they're on there, I'll put the link in there. Hopefully it'll be today. We've not got a massive amount. There's about 5 of them in stock, because I've taken one for myself, obviously. Yeah, have a look there, and if you want one, grab them while you can. I've not seen them advertised anywhere else for sale yet. I was quite surprised when it arrived today, to be honest. But good to see, and hope that review proved useful. And if you've got any comments or suggestions, pop them in the description down below. In the comments down below. And as always, if you've got any thoughts or queries, again, ask away in there. Added a new thing recently as well. All the products I use in my build videos and all my builds personally, I've made a post up on the forum. It's linked in the description down below, and it's a huge list of about 90 products. Everything I use, everything from paints to kitchen towel, cocktail sticks to the seat I'm sitting in, my camera I use, everything. It's a very comprehensive list, and a lot of people are finding it very useful. So there we go. As always, check out the International Scale Modeler Facebook page and forum. Check out umpretail.com, where these Mercedes will be for sale later. Check out the Live the Bench page and the Off Air Hangout group for the live hangouts and the off air ones. And check out my Paul ISM Facebook page as well, where all my personal and modelling work goes. All these are linked in the description down below. You can scroll down, click on them, and it'll take you straight there. And like I say, if you've got any comments, criticisms, points, anything you want to add, pop them in the comments. I answer all of them eventually. And let me know your thoughts and whether you think I should build it out of the box or stick with the Haribo scheme. I'm sticking with the Haribo scheme in my mind, but we'll see. This might grow on me a bit more. We will see. So thanks for watching today. I'll catch you all next time. Take care. Bye-bye.